Addressing journalists at their offices in Ntinda this morning, the Uganda Debt Network has expressed worry of Uganda's non-concessional loan, which has increased from 11% to 24%, and now wants government to adopt the concessional loan borrowing, which they say will easily cut down the public debt.
This variable interest debt, we see it now growing instead, from 9.3% in June of 2019 through the years to now in June 2022, we see it at about 21.5%. Now, our concern, though, is that the average time, external average time to refixing, which is basically a measure for the average length it takes for interest rates to be reset, keeps changing, The longer the period, the lower the interest rate exposure.
The civil society organization also dissented with government's guaranteeing of companies to acquire loans, citing an example of Uganda Development Bank Limited, which has defaulted a loan amounting to $24 million, which debt burden then comes back to government.
The total disbursed and outstanding guaranteed stock stood at $26.9 million as at the end of December 2021. Despite the increase in the current exposure of government to disbursed and outstanding guaranteed debt from $28.3 million as at the end of December 2020 to $26.9 million as at the end of December 2021, government is at a risk of paying guaranteed debt in the event guarantees fail to pay.
Hilda Tumuhe, a research fellow at Uganda Debt Network, notes that one of the contributors of Uganda's debt burden is corruption, and until government addresses the vice with utmost urgency, Uganda's debt burden will remain a challenge.
So we CSOs are actually concerned about the growing debt burden of our country, and we see one of the key drivers of increment in public debt is corruption. And one of the areas measured under the World Bank's Country Policy Institutional Assessment is the public sector management and institutional framework.
Joy Nabulo, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.